Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Thought I'd go back to Project Euler and been learning Rust, so I thought it would be interesting to maybe take a look at this and see about maybe trying some of the problems that we'd already done. Obviously, it's going to look the same if you watch the other videos, but you know. There's going to be a little bit of differences because Rust is statically typed. So if you're trying to learn a new language like Rust and you've already done Project Euler, this can be a good place to um, help hone some of the basic skills. This is the second language that I've learned. Never done anything with statically typed. So it was kind of a different ballpark. I was familiar enough with the idea of there being different number types, obviously, but it is what it is. Still kind of new. So let's go ahead and say, obviously, if you don't have Rust, you're not going to be able to do this, but if you have Rust, you're going to know what this looks like. So let's say Euler. What is the first one? All right, so we've got our little package here, and just to kind of give you an idea, this is what our JavaScript looked like for this. We had a function called the get the Gauss sum. Now we can define functions in main. We can define functions outside of main. It doesn't really matter. I like to not define functions in main if I can avoid it. It doesn't really matter, but let's see. So let's say limit to 32 and multiple. So u32. For most of the later problems, I'd say you're probably looking at using an unsigned 64. From what I've seen, some of those numbers get pretty large. But for this, this is still pretty small answer. So we're going to try out doing u32 first. If I get, well, actually, let me just take a look at the answer. Yeah, we might even be able to do 16, but let's just stick with 32. So what do we remember about the Gauss sum? That was, if you remember, Friedrich Gauss was the guy who noticed that when he was in school, that if you sum the numbers from 1 to 100, the first thing that you notice is that you've got 1, 2, 98, 99, 100. You and I might notice that there's a 1 and a 99 and say, oh, there's a pair of 100. He did it differently. 1, 100, 2, 99, and the pairs were 101. And there's 49 pairs of that. So you can do 101 times 49 to get plus 50. And that's the sum of the numbers from 1 to 100. There's so there's a formula for figuring this out, and what was it? It was the limit times the limit plus 1 divided by 2. Yeah. So take our calculator. Let's see, 100 times 101 divided by 2. Oh, we're off on that. I mean, this is the correct answer, but I did this. I must have explained this wrong. Interesting. Okay, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I must have explained that wrong. This is the correct answer. This is the sum of the digits from 1 to 100. So we have that formula of times limit plus 1 divided by 2. The problem is that we're not looking for every number. We're looking for every third number or every fifth number. So we can get around this by essentially shrinking the size of the group. And then, so like, for every third one, from 1 to 100, if we instead get every number from 1 to 33, which is a third of 100, if we get that sum, then multiply it by 3, it's going to be the same effective amount. So let's stick with 32 equals limit minus 1 divided by, I don't think I need a minus here. I'm going to try it without the minus. I think that was something I put in for JavaScript. And then return. Oh, I have the arrow without telling me I'm returning. Always forget that. Okay. Okay, so now we need, we could do something where we have like an input output thing and we say, what two numbers are you trying to use? I'm not going to do that. You are welcome to try that on your own. I guess we can try and see. Because of the way that JavaScript is used or is done, a lot of this stuff was kind of, much more straightforward because it's very forgiving. Rust is not as forgiving though, so we are going to have to suffer through that fact. Okay. So we are finding the sum of the multiple, some of the numbers that are multiples of either 3 or 5 between 1 and 1,000. I think 1,000 was the limit, right? Yeah. Oh, I subtracted 1 here because it's below 1,000. Not, we don't need to include 1,000. Yeah. Hopefully the floats don't matter here. We'll see. Get goes. And then you just want to print the answer. That's what it would look like. Two, 3, 1, 6, 8. Yep, that is the answer. Okay, yeah, you know what? This went by pretty fast. Let's look into doing some input-output on this. Let me just see if I've got a... yeah, so I'll pull up my Rust tutorials and yeah, just to kind of get an idea for the use. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's say string then we can say let first 32 first trim parse. I think I got some errors on this. Yeah, see, this does not, this didn't cause an error in my, in what I was training in. I'm going to let it go now and see what happens because it's just kind of weird. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah. How did I fix this? Yeah, I just put in unwrap. Okay. But it doesn't expect that here? Okay. I guess it does. It just didn't tell me that it expected it there. Right. We don't need the match anymore. Super, super weird. Okay, 3. Let's get this better. Yep. So there you go. That's how you can do it with an input output. I don't know why the tutorials for parsing the number from the input work on the tutorials, but not elsewhere. I suspect there maybe is one, maybe no, because they only have you include the random number thing in the library. So that is kind of strange. But I mean, just to give you, I mean, this is the first thing that they have you build, and it works here. Um, so, um, yeah. Anyway, I mean, Rust is kind of cool. If you guys haven't looked at it yet, I encourage you to check it out. Their website goes through and explains how to download it and has a tutorial to learn it. I didn't come from a statically typed language, so I didn't know anything. You know, I mean, I knew enough about why things were statically typed and the benefits of it and the drawbacks of it, but I'd never used one. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this this video. As always, drop a like, hit the subscribe. Always looking for new and fresh ideas. Yeah. Until next time, I guess.